won the toss, and she opted to serve
Ready for play.
first.
First set, Jasmine Paolini to serve. Play. Fifteen left.
Just trying to mark your card early on as to how this one might go. The shorter the rally, the better we expect it to be for Donna Vekic. The longer, the better it will be for this woman.
First set. C15.
Donna Vekic's first point in a Grand Slam semi-final, and life might feel just a little bit less nervy than it would have done 30 seconds before.
C15.
Well, players these days don't take long to get in the groove. There's no such thing as warming up. No real time in a Wimbledon semi-final, and their two former world #1s have joined us in the commentary box. Two women who know exactly what this feels like to play in a Wimbledon semi-final. Hello, Ash. Hello, Tracy.
Hello,
Hi,
lovely
Nick.
to be here.
Juice.
Well, what an inspiring and emotional story of resolve for Donna Vekic. Not so long ago, recently as a month or so ago, results were so poor that she was thinking about packing it all in, but friends convinced her there would still be days like these, and here she is.
Pam Shriver, who has become a mentor for Donna Vekic in the last year and a half.
Advantage.
She was
Ali.
part of that group that reminded Vekic, you're on clay right now. You're struggling. You don't like this surface. Wait till the green grass is underneath your feet. Vekic has been one of the really excellent grass court players in the last, what, 6, 7 years?
Juice.
She's such a good display of resilience as well, Donna. She had so much success very early on in her career and then struggled with injuries, struggled with consistency and continuity, and sometimes your best moments, your best wins, your biggest opportunity is just around the corner.
I think a big key for this match is going to be the Paolini first serve.
Paolini.
Going to lead a lot of them because Donna Vekic will be all over second serves. Just like that, Vekic inside the baseline with the strike.
Juice.
And the ball gets on Paolini very quickly on an 85-mile-an-hour second serve.
Pam Shriver on the right-hand side.
Again there, Tracy, as you mentioned.
Advantage.
And that second
Vekic.
serve sits up. It's a kicker, and so it's just the bounce, the kick is dulled on grass right into the strike zone of Vekic.
Placement and accuracy become so pivotal. Speed matters, but being able to put the ball in difficult situations and positions. And then she's got another opportunity here, Donna Vekic.
Juice.
Jasmine Paolini, I'm sure you know this, but it's worth underlining. The first Italian to play in the semi-finals of the women's singles at Wimbledon. Roland Garros finalist last month, a win away from a centre court final on Saturday.
Lovely tennis. Paolini loves moving forward.
Advantage, Paolini.
I think that's the part of her game that has improved so much by playing so much doubles. And
You can't forget she made the final in Roland Garros in doubles as well,
Yes.
just a couple of weeks ago. So a very successful tournament for her.
knows where to move at the net, and her technique is fabulous.
Game, Paolini.
That's her doubles partner Sara Errani watching up in the box as always, encouraging, offering helpful hints and tips.
First game.
And that was a workout, an 8-minute workout at the start of the semi-final.
Sometimes not a bad thing. Get your heart rate going, get yourself into the match, and for Paolini to be able to get through that service game, it's nice just to settle the nerves and not feel like you're chasing the 8-ball or behind the 8-ball just right off to begin this match. But you could see the challenges she faced early on there with her second serve. It's, I think, an area where Donna will look to dominate.
Donna Vekic to serve.
Sara Errani on the right-hand side in the grape-coloured hoodie. Doubles partner, of course.
Love 15.
The movement of Paolini is a big strength of her. She's able to force her opponent to continue to play that one extra ball each time. Donna will have to be patient at times, even when she is inside the court. Construct those points well.
15 all.
Well, it's a day she was beginning to fear might never come at the 43rd time of asking. The 43rd time of asking. Here she is, Ash, in her first Grand Slam final. That involves a bit of belief, doesn't it?
Never give up. Absolutely never give up.
Beautifully done. You can only beat the people in front of you, but I will say that I think Vekic has had a fortunate draw. This is the section of the draw where Sabalenka pulled out with injury. Zheng, the 8th seed, lost in the first round. Sakari lost to Raducanu. Kasatkina lost in the 3rd round. So by the time we got to the 4th round, this section had all unseeded players. There's the drop shot that we talked about. It's so well disguised off the racket of Vekic. And that backhand wing. Her opponent prepares for the power to come at them, and then just at the last second, carves under it.
It's a confident start from Donna.
Game all, first set.
Her serve is such a weapon, and when she's confident, when she's trusting herself to get up and get after her first serve, she's able to get so many more free points, which will be, again, a difference today. Paolini doesn't have that same serve weapon that Donna possesses.
Yes, we're going to show you some numbers at the first changeover, just underlining how important the service game will be to Vekic.
Love 15.
There's always a period in the match to begin with where the opponents are feeling each other out, obviously trying to understand the patterns that they'd like to play, and I think we can see the differences in the way that they prepare and go about their point structure already. Again, Paolini looking to get forward into the net at any opportunity.
15 all.
And when we look at the quality of Vekic's serve, which we will in the changeover, it'll also tell us how good Paolini has been hitting her ground strokes on the forehand and on the backhand over the course of this fortnight.
Thirty 15.
The stats and the numbers can be so important when preparing for a match, but there's also the element of the emotional and mental ability to be out here and be calm, to give yourself the best opportunity to execute that skill. It's as much as the occasion as it is everything that comes with it.
Incredible returning from Vekic.
30 all.
Just is so flat, and the depth is extraordinary. It's within a meter of the baseline so frequently.
Second serve.
Thing is, with the drop shot, Ash, you really have to be
40,
wise in when you
30.
use it because you're playing against one of the speediest players on tour. You need to make sure she's far enough behind the baseline. You don't want that ball traveling through the air too long.
Game, Paolini.
Turn to the box and a shake of the fist and a hold of the serve, and it's 2-1 first set.
Paolini leads 2-1 first set.
Now, if you've been with us all fortnight, you'll know that our friends at Tennis Viz have been coming up with a kind of top trumps of what the players are doing well, what they're doing badly over the course of this championships. What do we have here, Tracy?
Yeah, the shot quality, speed, spin, depth, and width. For Donna Vekic, the serve and the return. So the start of the point, she is outstanding. And once they get in the point, Jasmine Paolini is a little bit better with the speed and the width of shot on the forehand. In particular, that has been an incredible shot for her with so many winners. And the backhand, she's really improved with so much more speed on her backhand side. So to me, it's Donna Vekic looking for the first strike, get ahead early, and Paolini, as the point extends, she will have the advantage.
Ash, how much do those kinds of numbers go into the way that you would have prepared for a match, and what are the key numbers that you were looking at?
Well, I think it's different for every player, and we can see that's a great example that they're two very different players. Donna wants to be in control. She needs to serve well so that she can control the points. And if she gets a lot of looks at second serve, she'll be able to use her strength in return, get inside the court, and to be able to do that as well. And she'll be looking to make sure the points aren't extended too much, because if you give Jasmine Paolini too much opportunity, she can get creative.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Ready
she
to
spreads
play.
the court. She's not afraid to try new things. So it's an interesting matchup today, and it's a different balance from both players, no doubt.
Donna Vekic, first set, 1-2.
Let's first set.
Each player has different weapons, and I think when you go out into the court and trying to understand how you want to play a match, ultimately you're trying to give yourself your weapon as often as possible. And for Donna, that's her serve. It's getting after her first serve and those first returns. And for Paolini, it's being able to construct those points and work in that forehand, particularly with shape.
And I think so much of the Tennis Fizz is for the viewer out there, just to kind of illustrate what their strengths and weaknesses are and what's going to stand out. Players pretty much know that, but they might go into the minutia, the nuances of where a player might serve on a break point down, their tendencies.
That's the kind of point, Tracy, sorry to cut you off there, that Donna wants time and time again.
40,
where she can get inside, off her own serve, get inside the baseline, off her own serve. And Paolini just has to guess. She has to guess which way, because Donna's speed and depth is too good. You have to gamble a little bit and see which way she might go.
Well, you can guess for as long as you like. You're not getting those back.
An example with just those last 2 points. Vekic prefers the T serve in the ad, and the numbers worn out. On the deuce side, she's liking the wide serve. And then the forehand. Donna, 70% when she gets a forehand like that from the middle, will go inside out to a righty's backhand. So those are kind of little details that might help you.
15 left.
That forehand, by the way, 92
Donna
miles an hour.
Vekic is challenging the call on the right service line. The ball was called in.
It's the kind of thing that would have the 20 mile an hour, the new 20 mile an hour speed cameras around this place going bananas on the drive into work.
15 love. Donna Vekic has 2 challenges remaining.
Nets can be so cruel.
15 all.
Here at Wimbledon, they're so soft. Often if it clips a tape, it's the end of the point either way. It either dribbles over or doesn't quite get there. A little bit of fortune for Donna.
Out. 30-15.
So both ladies have settled in quite well already into their patterns. Look comfortable out in the court.
Vekic is really pushing Paolini off that baseline with her power. Athleticism.
And Paolini working so hard not to give that baseline up, but it's so difficult.
Incredible feel from
30.
Vekic, holding her racket head sturdy at impact.
You can just see the ball dying on the grass court there, not bouncing up and giving Paolini a chance.
So smart from Donna Vekic. Loop that ball up, give her a different look.
30-40.
Try to back her up. Challenge her timing.
Well, Donna Vekic established break point in the very first service game of this semi-final, and she's engineered another. And the first significant punch in this semi-final, delivered by a Croatian.
Vekic leads 3-2 for set.
That pattern for me is a really interesting one from Donna Vekic, using her backhand line to attack the Paolini forehand. Paolini loves to move around and use her forehand when she's got time to really penetrate the court. As soon as that ball is floated just a little bit, you'll see her really try and accelerate off that forehand. But I think if Donna continues to use the backhand line aggressively into the Paolini forehand, that changes the whole landscape of this match. I think that becomes a really important one. We can just see the pace and depth of both women here. As soon as she's inside the court.
Terrific lob, and over the forehand side, not the backhand, and there's the backhand line again.
Look at that court coverage from both ladies, incredible.
Time.
Backhand line is something Vekic really likes. She's actually throughout the tournament uses that shot 46% of the time. The cross court 54% of the time. So that's very
split.
It's almost split, and that's unusual.
It just shows her ability to change direction off any ball, and that's a skill. That's an incredible skill that Donna has.
With a break, Vekic 3-2.
Jasmine Paolini is challenging the call on the right service line. Ball was called in. Love. Jasmine Paolini has 2 challenges remaining.
Both smiling, not such a great challenge.
Laughs that one off.
15-all.
Well, sometimes semi-finals can overwhelm players, particularly those playing in semi-finals for the first time at Wimbledon, like these two, but these two have not been overwhelmed. It's been a cracking start to the match. Donna Vekic making the better start.
Paolini said that one of her big game plans
15.
was to really move Donna Vekic, and she has not been able to hit with width enough because she's defending the power. She's being pushed back by these monstrous Vekic ground strokes. Paolini clearly the better mover, but Vekic the better hitter at the moment.
Forty 15.
Just had a little look up to Robert Barmforth, our umpire today. Great Britain's Robert Barmforth. A big day for him as well. He's in charge of law and order on Grand Slam semi-final day. Yorkshireman from Brighouse, beautiful part of the world, but nowhere more beautiful than the place he is right now.
Third.
Might expect a few double faults from Donna Vekic. She doesn't take much off of her second serve. Renzo Furlan, coach of Jasmine Paolini.
Game Vekic.
Vekic holds and underlines the break of serve, 4-2.
Vekic leads 4 games to 2 first sets.
I've seen her talking to Rishi through the tears during her on-court interview a couple of days ago after beating Lulu's son. Recovered from a set down. Her 4th 3-set match out of 5 here this fortnight. She's gone the distance.
First up.
I've been surprised how quickly Donna Vekic has started. She doesn't look fatigued at all, not physically fatigued or emotionally fatigued.
Wow.
She beat Badosa in the 3rd round. She said she got here
Love
at
15.
8 o'clock in the morning, and they had 3 rain delays during that 3-set match.
Yeah.
It was here all day. That
Yeah.
is taxing. She's had all those 3-setters looking sharp.
First serve of Paolini is just gone missing a little bit.
Love 13.
Donna Vekic getting so many looks at second serve, and she's been one of the best returners throughout the championship so far. If you give her that many looks at opportunities, it's going to be hard work.
She had to take some pace off that first serve to ensure to get it in.
Love
She's at
14.
40. For that serve, 43% first serves in.
It's a big moment right now.
Yeah. 3 break points.
Can see Donna
15-14.
just having a look at the serve clock there, was surprised by the change of pace. Paolini, I think, has understood she needs to make more first serves. Still has 2 opportunities to break here, Vekic.
That was a steal for sure. Paolini was so far behind at the point.
30-14.
She had to pick that return up off her shoelaces.
The one-hander.
Yeah. Donna would love that forehand back. Again, she'll continue to work here.
Still break point.
Vekic.
Got there, lacked the
New ball,
accuracy.
please.
Vekic again with the touch, and Vekic again with the break. And this first set,
Vekic leads
almost
5
done and dusted.
games to 2 for sets.
let's talk about that that Vekic forehand, Ash. Technically, what do you like about it? What do you see?
I mean, it's a very linear swing. She often gets her racket head straight back behind the ball and extends right through it, which is why it's such a flat, penetrating shot. It's not a shot that has a lot of margin, so if she's not feeling completely confident on it, she can become quite erratic. But when she's stepping inside the court and she's got the time to really set up, she can add so much pace onto it. You can see the ball doesn't topspin, and it's not as heavy as other forehands. It's certainly not as heavy as Paolini's, but it's a lot more penetrating through the court when she's able to step inside and get a racket head right behind it.
Interesting to see the different takebacks of the two.
Time.
Paolini is just very large swing where she needs more time. She shortened it for the grass, but Donna is very abbreviated takeback, and that's why she gets down so low, absorbs the pace, uses her legs to develop a lot of power.
Well, this might be her first Grand Slam semi-final, but she's loving it so far. Working her socks off, of course, but here she is. A couple of breaks up. New ball
Players
serving
ready,
for the first
thank
set.
you. 15 love.
It's looking like Donna Vekic has played 5 or 10
Yeah.
semifinals at majors. Unfazed.
130 miles an hour, her fastest of the match.
Her confidence at the moment
30 love.
is just spreading to all parts of her game. Being able to get up and hit 2 big first serves. You're trying to serve out a set in your first semi-final. Very impressive. Too good.
That switch from pure power to touch and the poise of it all.
Lovely finesse.
Low.
Semi-final that is 35 minutes old, and here are 3 set points for Donna Vekic.
Oh.
She has been fabulous. She played that
6 games to 2
semi-final like a semi-final veteran. How about that?
Can you tell them 27.5, 25.5?
A little bit of string tension chat between her and the umpire. Jasmine Paolini will be having words of her own as well, internally and externally. She has work to do. She's dropped the first set 6-2.
Yeah, when you look at Vekic's serving stats, the fact that she only lost 3 points on serve, that really will help bleed into the rest of her game, because when she's in the ascendancy in her service games and holding easily, and then she really attacked the second serves of Paolini. Paolini, 5 of 17 second serves. Again, that will really hurt your confidence. You start to feel on the defense so early in points. And for Paolini, she was so good at the net for the whole tournament, only winning 1 of 6 net approaches.
I get the sense that she's not being brought into the net on her terms, though, which is perhaps part of the problem at the moment.
I actually think it's the passes from Vekic that have been incredible. They've been so hard and at her toes that even Paolini's not able to control them.
Yeah, Paolini at her best on these courts. Well, it's been like the ghost of the 1960s and 70s and 80s have been applauding and shouting her on. It's been tennis from the old days, hasn't it? The serving, the volleying, the quality that she has around the court, but she's just not been allowed to show that so far, Raj.
No, she hasn't. It's been a pure display of power and control from Donna Vekic, really being aggressive from the get-go, and Paolini has just not been allowed to show her flair as yet.
Second
I think it's important
Paolini to serve.
for Paolini to start well here, and almost restart the match completely for her. Right now she needs to come out and try a few different things.
Left 15. Fifteen. Jasmine Paolini is challenging the call on the left baseline.
Donna
The
Vekic's
ball's
forehand is
in.
on fire. It is so flat.
We have a challenge here from Paolini, out of hope more than anything. Surely she can't keep hitting lines, but Donna's forehand is just absolutely controlling
15-13. Jasmine
every part of
Paolini
this match
has
right
2
now.
challenges remain.
Oh, what a response.
Paolini's going to need to raise the level of her game, and more first serves in, more first strikes to get Vekic on the move.
It's yours.
More energy as well. The crowd want to engage and connect with her. If she's able to create some more energy out here, it'll go a long way in getting the crowd in her favour.
a rare gift.
40-30.
Paolini knows how big this game is for her momentum in this the start of this second set.
Much needed. Hard earned.
First game, second set.
How good is it, Tracy, to have Ash with us here this fortnight? Ash, you're getting used to this strange old view we have through the little letterbox here on centre court. How do you like it?
Oh, it's a beautiful view.
Yeah.
It's often as the players, when you're out there, sometimes you have a little bit of a peek, see who's in the box, who's around this in the stadium, enjoying it with you. But it's certainly nice to be here watching, brilliant tennis on a beautiful court.
Love doing the commentary with you and loved doing your final 3 years ago. It was beautiful.
Here's Vekic, love one, second set.
15 love.
That's what she needs to do. Paolini needs to spread the court. If she can get
15.
Vekic off balance, she's not quite as lethal. When Vekic has her feet underneath her, that's when she can really dictate.
And I think
a big key, Ash, here is whether Donna can sustain this level, because I'm actually shocked that she's come out after all that tennis she's played, no fatigue.
She had to react, it was not easy.
I think we've been able to feel and sense the injection of intensity from Jasmine Paolini. She's got more positive body language, she's been more verbal, and sometimes that can just let the opponent know that, I know it's been a rough start, but I'm still here, I'm still hanging around, and that can just create little opportunities, small opportunities, and she's got one here at 30-all.
Oh, Donna was off balance, falling down, and Paolini still missed it.
40-30.
It's a little bit uncomfortable, Donna. Perhaps just her anchor a little bit, or just moving a bit gingerly.
It's so disconcerting when you slip for the first few seconds. Am I okay?
A roar that tells you.
One game all, second set.
She's just the third Croatian to make the semi-finals of the women's singles at a Grand Slam. Eva Maioli was the first at Roland Garros 27 years ago. I had to double and triple. 27 years ago. What on earth? And then Mariana Lucic, the last and only one here in 1999, and then Lucic extraordinarily Australian Open 18 years later.
Exactly. Fifteen love. All.
Both women wrestling to try and get the control of these rallies in the early stages. Paolini doing a better job on her first serve already to begin this set. It's too good, wow.
The barrage of power coming at Paolini is just putting her off balance. There's Eva Maioli right there.
15-30.
Champion at Roland Garros, defeating Martina Hingis. Still plays here in the Invitational. She's been a real mentor for Donna Vekic along the way, the entire career.
We can hear the crowd urging Paolini on. They want to see some of that flair, the smile, the creativity she has on the court. I love an amazing contest here.
Every second serve, Paolini has to be thinking about the threat of the Vekic return.
It creates pressure over time.
She's been winning 30% of her second serve points. That's gets in your head.
A couple of costly Italian breaks in the first set. And one here. And centre trying to raise her.
Great scrambling from Paolini just to keep that extra ball, ask the extra question.
Juice.
Donna knows that was a huge opportunity missed.
Advantage, Paolini.
Better and better.
Juice.
Her 17th winner compared to just 7 for Paolini. She's taking the risks and it's paying off.
The noise off the racket told you. Whatever it was. C minor, but it sounded beautiful.
Advantage Paolini.
Hand sliding beautifully under the ball. The level of difficulty in this volley can't be understated. It's impressive.
And Paolini.
Forza, she tells herself. Forza Italia. Big hold that.
Paolini
2-1.
leads 2-1. Second set, first set Vekic.
Paolini fighting so hard. She wants this opportunity so badly and will try anything to give herself a chance to get back in this match.
Tracy, we've been talking all match about the quality of Donna Vekic's forehand, and again we've seen this graphic a lot, but it's just an indication of where it is compared to where it's been, and it's even better today.
It's incredible to come out in your first semi-final of a major, particularly on center court, where this can bring so many nerves, and to have that much of an uptick on the forehand is incredible. She's obviously come out with clarity and talked to their team about what she needed to do. Couldn't extend the point, so needed to really drive those forehands when she got the opportunity.
Time.
Well, on a day that that properly feels like summer for the first time in what feels like 5 years, it has come out on the day of days, on women's semi-finals day here
you,
at
ladies and
Wimbledon,
gentlemen,
on
ready
centre
for
court.
play.
Centre court, dressed up in its semi-final best, and well, we've got a semi-final that is holding our
Thank
attention
you.
here.
The players
Donna
are
Vekic,
ready.
the first
Thank
set. Jasmine Paolini spitting and fighting away to hold on here. Donna Vekic, 1-2.
you. 15 love.
Paolini's so fast up to that drop shot. Starting to sense when Donna might mix it in.
15 all.
Great racket control here with the lob. Measures it perfectly over the Vekic head. Vekic, no problem absorbing the power, and that's been crucial. The Paolini opponents
15.
so far this Wimbledon, they've been flummoxed by her forehand. She's been hitting it so much harder than she has the rest of her career here at Wimbledon.
Why is that happening, do you think, Tracy? Does it go back to what she was
Seal.
thinking of a month or so ago, that this might be the end, that I've given all I can give, that she's now flying out there and just saying, let's rage against the dying of the light if this is what's happening?
Well, for Paolini, coming into Eastbourne, she was 0-5 on grass in her career.
Yeah.
And she got to the semifinals there. That was huge. She worked on her footwork, smaller steps, shortened her backswings. Get a couple of wins and it clicks. That was a big second serve.
40-30.
Paolini's hasn't yet been able to create a genuine opportunity for herself to break. She's had 30 all a couple of times, but hasn't created a break point yet. Donna's been so dominant behind her own serve.
Just fabulous. It's semi-final tennis.
Just 5'4". Somehow her arm extended a lot longer. So quick.
Juice.
Read the passing joke. This is unbelievable athleticism from Donna Vekic, but Paolini here just knows exactly where Donna's going with that pass. Racket head control at full stretch. She knows how important that point might be.
Advantage of Paolini.
The extra effort, the extra push on that last point. Finds a double fault, and finally, she's got an opportunity to break here.
Served 115 miles an hour.
She has so much confidence in her serve right now. And Pam Shriver talked about that. She says, I'm not the coach, but I'm the mentor. But I have convinced her to use her serve and her forehand. And gave her, I think Pam gave her the belief that she could play at this level.
You're a break point down for the first time and you turn up your fastest serve of the match.
I think it helps when someone who's formerly 3 in the world like Pam is behind you. Paolini took off before Vekic even hit that drop shot. She's starting to read it.
Juice.
Jasmine Paolini's mum and dad, Ugo and Jacqueline, puffing out the cheeks.
Advantage Vekic.
Brother William as well. It's an absolute thrill, I suspect, to be watching your daughter play a Wimbledon semi-final, but sometimes it's absolute torture as well.
Game Vekic.
Well, she came through a little crisis there. Mini crisis. Break points down, held on to them.
2 games all, second sets.
So those parents, I would say the tipping point is over to proud. When you think of Paolini, 3 times lost in qualifying here at Wimbledon, 3 times in the first round. 2 of those, yes, were to Petra Kvitova. But now in the semis, they're relishing this moment.
Yeah.
Donna Vekic, for the first time, starts to gesture.
15 love.
And if you're Paolini, you'd like to see that. She's the one that's winning.
Donna telling herself
15 all.
there have been a few backhands where she's been inside the court and opted for the drop shot, and Paolini has read them, absolutely been all over them. And that one, she finally came through, used that backhand down the line. I think she's just reinforcing that message to herself to continue to be aggressive.
Paolini trying to change it up and move forward, but Vekic too good with the pass on
15,
full
13.
stretch. Gets around outside of this with the left hand.
Well, Vekic had to deal with break points in a previous service game.
All.
Paolini once more under break point pressure.
30,
Real
14.
danger zone here, the way that Donna Vekic has been serving. A little change of pace. That's smart. Get her out of her rhythm. Give her a different look.
Juice.
She needs to find a way, Paolini, to try and to change the rhythm at the moment. Vekic, she's just so confident when she's able to step and hit and get behind that ball with so much power and length through the court. Using the slice backhand just changes that contact point a fraction.
Confirmation from the umpire, Robert Baumforth, that it was long.
Advantage Vekic.
Paolini feels like that was an opportunity gone begging. Had the open court, just couldn't execute the backhand down the line.
One of her better serves, crucial moment.
Juice.
Jasmine Paolini won the tournament in Dubai earlier this year, and I think that was the real game changer. It was a WTA 1000, just below the level of Grand Slams. She started to believe.
Donna Vekic is challenging the call on the left near sideline. The ball was called out.
Mum and Dad Vekic watching, wondering.
Smallest of margins.
Advantage, Paolini. Donna Vekic has 2 challenges remain.
Crikey, every single game of this semi-final being fought for ferociously. Paolini comes through the latest scrap. 3-2.
Paolini leads 3 games to 2. Second set, first set, Vekic.
Ash, you wanted to have a look at where Vekic is standing to receive serve.
Well, we can see in this match so far, Paolini has just been under so much pressure on each and every service game, and we can see here from the court positioning of Vekic, when she gets a look at that second serve, she is a metre inside the court for the most part, and that takes away so much time from Paolini, and she's been able to, even on the first serve, she's only just behind the baseline. She is looking to really be assertive right off that first return, the first opportunity that she gets, and she's done it exceptionally well today.
And I'm going to say the counter to that is Paolini has been 54% inside the baseline the rest of the tournament. When she has been receiving second serves, she has not been able to do that because the second serve of Vekic has been so stellar today.
Well, this is good. And everybody inside centre revelling in it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got the weather, we've got the occasion, we've got the stage, and we've got the match as well. Donna Vekic, who won the first set 6-2, on serve in the second 2-3.
Love.
She's the world number 37 from Croatia, Vekic, although after all this she'll be pushing into the top 20 again next week on Monday. Paolini, the 7th seed from Tuscany. Well, it's phenomenal defensive tennis, but it's having to be at the moment.
It's offensive tennis from Vekic, the defensive tennis from Paolini. And for so much of this tournament, it's Paolini who's been able to be offensive, but it's just not making a dent in the Vekic game.
Such a weapon. So much confidence throughout this tournament so far.
It's the placement that's phenomenal. So close to the lines.
Okay, Vekic.
I kind of feel like you've told us this already, Ash, but I'm going to ask again just for confirmation. How would you be playing Vekic right now?
Second set.
It's difficult because each matchup for each player is different. A way that I always enjoyed playing against Donna, because she gives you so much pace to work with. I love to bring in my slice as a variation, including the slice that's shorter in the court to bring her forward, to make her reach down to the ball, and just overall bring some variety and try and get that ball out of her hip pocket where she can really just step in and control the court.
Light for serve.
Paolini has that ability to change it up and to use variety, but Donna has just not allowed it today.
Going to say a couple of things on that subject. Is Ash's serve is so much better than Paolini's. Ash would get a lot more first serves in, and it'd be close to the line, so she'd be holding her serve, I would think. And Ash's backhand slice is the quality is much better than Paolini's. So I think you get it low to the forehand.
Yes.
Let's
try anyway.
We know you would, Ash.
It's where the start of the point becomes so crucial, because if you're on the back foot, it's so hard to work your way back in. The serve and the beginning of each and every point is so crucial.
So now Paolini's going to have to play catch up here, receiving a second serve return. I felt like there's a little frustration in that overhead.
I think she was a little bit surprised that Donna maybe miscued the lob herself. Just got so low on the frame.
Paolini's winning 35% of her second serve points.
Not enough. Not enough when you're in a stage in a moment like this.
That's the angle that Paolini needs to work with. Spread the court.
30-all.
Renzo Furlan in the box for Paolini, former ATP Tour player. Worked with her for 7 years, but the last 3 years on his own. That's made a big difference.
There is a little bit of variety there from Jasmine Paolini, mixing in that high, heavy forehand. It just changes the pace of the point. You won't always get success with that shot, but it's what happens afterwards.
Favorite shot of Donna Vekic is, I think, the forehand. We know the serve is huge, but the forehand inside out, it's just incredibly repeatable.
90 miles an hour. It crumples defenses.
Advantage, Paolini.
Every single point is golden, isn't it? The joy that she gets from each point, just underlining its value. Not so many smiles right now. Stares, determination from Jasmine Paolini. Holds and leads 4-3.
Saw just a little something different there from Paolini that game. Threw in some serves that were off pace, threw in some more slices, threw in some more loopers, so not giving every ball with pace right at the waist level for Donna Vekic to keep that rhythm
Well, not much beyond football usually gets a look in on the front page of the Italian daily sports paper Gazzetto dello Sport. However, folk in Florence and Rome and Turin or wherever they picked up their copy this morning would have seen some tennis on there, and for good reason. Lorenzo Musetti yesterday, Jasmine Paolini today, making sure that this sport is having its moment right now, and the folk back home will be watching this as closely as they're watching the Euros right now. Probably more so, given that Italy didn't last long.
How about Yannick Sinner, world number
Time.
one
Yeah.
right now? He did not win here, but he's had a phenomenal year. Italian tennis is coming to the forefront.
It is. And they've prioritised what they're doing at home, I think, haven't they? You know, the coaching centres, they've made sure that players at an early age aren't having to travel hundreds, thousands of miles to get top quality tennis. It's all on the doorstep a little bit more.
The smaller tournaments.
They've also got incredible inspiration to look up to.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
success can be contagious, and I think it can be infectious when you're able to have idols and inspirations when you're a young kid to look up to. That is just so pivotal and important in your development.
Paolini skipped in, as you saw. Just a little bit closer to the baseline, doing what she can to close down this second serve.
Love.
Disappointed. Sorry, Tracy. Disappointed to miss that forehand stock standard. She'd worked her way into the point. That's the kind of point structure that she's after. Work her way in and physically extend these points out to try and test if Donna is fatigued, if there's going to be any cracks that show.
There were 3 loopy forehands, not the linear forehands from Paolini we've seen.
Love.
Paolini was taking off for that drop shot before Donna had even decided to play it, I think, and it's forcing Donna to try and execute it closer to the lines, almost take a bit too much off.
Paolini's moved way back. So she's trying to change her return position, and why not if you've struggled to get in the Vekic service games.
It's a gift from the Vekic forehand there. The ball she makes time and time again, all of a sudden under pressure here. 30-all.
Yeah, the problem with moving back a little is you leave that wide serve open.
Okay, Vekic. New balls, please.
Such good awareness from
4
Vekic.
games all, his second set.
Recognising that Paolini had changed her return position and moved back. And you could see she opened up the court with both serves there from 30-all. Wide on the first court, wide on the second court. And they're both unreturnables. Really good awareness and clarity from Donna to notice that.
right underneath her team there for a moment, just to get a few words at such a vital moment.
Love 15.
There is no wiggle room here this game for Paolini.
The depth of shot from Jasmine Paolini.
Pushing her way at the end of that point closer to the baseline. For this match, she's
15-all.
taking 11% less shots inside the baseline compared to the rest of her matches at Wimbledon. That's due to Donna Vekic.
Arms akimbo. But if you work hard enough, you'll get your reward. And that's what happened to the Italian.
30-15.
Not many could chase that lob down, Ash. That had topspin moving away from her.
Incredible. We can see here she just puts her head down and off she goes. Just always fight for every single ball. And you just never know. Smiles from both for different emotions and different reasons, I think.
Forty, 15.
Oh, spectacular game after love 15.
What a response.
Well, Mum seems to be enjoying it slightly more than Dad.
5 games to 4 second sets.
Either way, daughter
For Vekic.
5-4 up in this second set. Ash, what memories do you have of Angelique Kerber? What is it? 3 years ago now. do you hold those memories? Are you like a golfer? Do you remember every single shot, every single moment?
Not every shot, but I certainly remember the emotions attached to those matches. And I remember coming off the court after playing that match against Angelique and saying to my coach, I feel like that was the best level I've ever played, taking into consideration the moment, what it meant. Angie, former champion, incredible grass court player, and the thought to myself was, how am I going to repeat that? And I think it's amazing when you're in the moment. You train so hard to put yourself there, to give yourself the opportunity, and I just remember enjoying those matches so much towards in the latter end, the latter stages of the tournament here in 2021. I just remember such happy memories being out on court, being creative, being childlike, having fun. And I think we're starting to see that a little bit more with Jasmine Paolini now, particularly in this second set.
Yeah. A couple of days later, as Karolina Pliskova, you were Wimbledon champion and will be for the rest of your life. Vekic serving to stay in this second set, 4-5.
Seems to be a little momentum switch after that overhead.
Love 15.
Tracking down the topspin lob of Paolini was just mind-blowing. How quick she was. Bring in the energy.
Love 13.
Right.
Time and time again when Donna's been just facing a little bit of pressure on her serve, she's been able to come up with big serves in crucial moments.
Well, Paolini has only had one break point up to this point. Vekic saved that one. These are not just 2 break points ahead. They're 2 set points to take us into a third in this semi-final.
Paolini. 6 games to 4, 1 set all.
This semi-final is going the distance. Well, well, well.
Personally, I think that lob that she was able to track down and then the miss from Donna Vekic, it gave Paolini just that extra bit of belief and energy, and boy, she really used the opportunity. And for Vekic, a double fault in that last game.
The biggest thing that stands out for me here in this second set is the first serves in for Paolini. She was also able to look after her second serve, points won better, 55%. She really struggled in that first set there, and she was able to flip the script a little bit, really attack the second serve of Vekic. You could definitely sense a shift in court position, in aggression, and in kind of that positive energy and intent.
Let's have another look at this this final point. I love this graphic.
And in second set, Paolini.
Fabulous.
Bringing the intensity, and what I liked at the bottom half of that second set is just the changes that Paolini made. Taking some pace off of her ground stroke, some loops, some slices, and the court positioning changed also on her return of serve. For the first set, she was about 1.5 meters behind the baseline for first serves. In the second set, backed up and sometimes was even 4 meters behind. So she was mixing it up so that Donna Vekic didn't see the same return position every single first serve.
Well, as you can see, Donna Vekic has left the court, leaving Jasmine Paolini on her own with her thoughts. Who's winning this?
I'm unsure. I think the changes from Paolini have been so subtle, but they've been very effective. And I think the challenge for Vekic here now will be resetting physically, emotionally. How much does she have left in the tank? I think the start of this third set will be crucial to both in getting that momentum. But Paolini certainly enters this third set with that momentum, with the positive energy, with perhaps what it's going to need to just get that edge.
That's the secret. We're enjoying this in the company of two Grand Slam winners, two former world number ones, Tracy Austin and Ash Barty. Are there times, and is this one of them, where you both think, I would love still to be out there? Or have you done your shift?
For me, no. I'm very happy with with my career, and very satisfied, and definitely don't want to put the work in that these ladies need to do day in and day out.
Yeah,
You're shaking your head, Ash.
I'm shaking my head. I'm smiling. I'm laughing. It's such an enjoyable place to be. But you know, when Tracy, your career, you had such a fulfilling journey. I was the same. I got absolutely everything out of myself, and couldn't be happier. And now I get to enjoy, like everyone else, as a fan of the sport, and watching spectacular tennis on a sunny day. Semi-finals of Wimbledon just doesn't get any better, does it?
If there was one bit of this court that you could take away, maybe the net or a seat or whatever, what would it be that you would take back to Australia, take back to the States with you?
The net post.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit strange, but it's got the Wimbledon, the All England Club logo on it. It's just a classic. Look at it. It's a good-looking net post, isn't it?
It's wood, and it's gorgeous. It's like a piece of art. I agree. You can have one, and I'll take the other, Ash.
Sounds good.
They'll never know.
No, it'll be fine.
The details here at the championships are just incredible.
Look at that.
Look at that emblem. Beautiful. Everything here is pristine. It's just stunning.
For this young lady, I think getting to the finals at Roland Garros, having that experience, even though she only won a few games against Iga Swiatek in that final, she had great wins along the way, and that really helped her prepare for a moment like this, to dig her heels in against a red-hot Donna Vekic for a set and a half, and just was biding her time, Paolini, for a moment for the momentum to change. And I think that she got some good words from her coach. She was shaking her head up to her box, change of pace, different positioning. Doesn't take much.
No, not so long ago, she was telling Renzo Furlan that she hated grass. It made her cry. And she'd not. I mean, this is an incredible statistic, but she'd not actually won a tour level match on grass before she went to Eastbourne a few weeks ago.
This year.
No.
That's an insane stat. And now in the semifinals and feeling quite comfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's been a lengthy break. Regathering her thoughts, sorting herself out. Donna Vekic. Nobody, on the other hand, has won more grass court matches on the main tour than she has this year. This would be an 11th, but as we have seen, it will be a very hard-earned 11th, and it would be the most precious so far.
Time. Final
this
set.
third set will
Paolini
make
to
it
serve.
worth the wait. A one-set shootout for a place in the Wimbledon final.
Love 15.
Oh!
15 all.
The start of this third set is So important for both women. Paolini to keep that momentum going that she worked so hard for towards the latter end of that second set, and for Donna Vekic to reset. She's got one set physically, mentally, emotionally. Can she get herself up? Oh my word.
15-30.
That's the spark she needs.
Few more airs off the racket of Donna Vekic
Virtual.
the last 8-9 games.
Level is just going up a notch, hasn't it? Incredible stuff from both women.
30-14.
Vekic must be feeling, how many Paolinis are there out there? Crucial moment here, early stages.
Yeah, the one Paolini that there is out there has got to surf another break point.
Deuce.
Vekic does such a great job getting down to the ball. So important on grass, but really physical brand of tennis.
Vekic continuing to be aggressive.
Advantage, Vekic.
When she has a look at second serve, gets that opportunity of a short ball.
And then this semi-final swings the other way. Donna Vekic with the break of serve.
First game, final set.
Let's have a look at what Jasmine Paolini, amongst other things, was doing differently in that second set, and a significant increase.
Yeah, the steal score, that means when Vekic was in the ascendancy in the point, and Paolini in the first set, 22%, and she doubled that in the second. So just getting that extra ball in play, asking them questions, mixing in the variation, the variety, I think that was also part of it.
Picture of concentration. Her coach Renzo Furlan, former top 20 player, Roland Garros quarterfinalist, fully engaged in this Wimbledon semi-final.
Oh.
15 love.
Paolini trying to get some energy, trying to get that break back straight away. She doesn't want to lose her way here early in the third. Donna's such a good front runner if she can get that break and run away with it.
Paolini had all the momentum at the end of that second set. Vekic took a pretty long break, and it's Paolini wasn't playing with the same intensity that first game. Ash, did you take breaks after you lost a set?
Rarely.
Oftentimes? Yeah.
Rarely.
It seems like it's too often these days.
Yeah, it's within the rules, and I think
It is.
players use it tactically. It's within the rules, but I think as an opponent, you have to be able to handle it. You have to have ways that you can deal with that.
I think
It
it's a way to be able to
certainly
reset.
Absolutely.
14-15.
That moment, just to slow things down, almost gather your thoughts, give yourself a little bit more time to think.
T30.
Donna Vekic's coach, Nick Horvath, been in her corner a long, long time.
He's actually the one, when she had knee surgery in 2021, convinced her to start a candle business that's very successful.
See the prices of those candles, crikey.
Vekic leads 2-love final set.
Yeah, Nick and Pam absolutely the brains trust. Pam Shriver, 3-time singles semi-finalist here, so she knows what days like this feel like. And all those doubles titles with Martina Navratilova as well, of course.
And their relationship actually came about by accident. Pam went down to San Diego to talk to Donna about another subject, and as they were talking, they just found that they had a really good time together. Pam wasn't planning on helping out, but it's worked out beautifully.
This game becomes so important for Paolini. Just some alarm bells ringing if she can't find a way to settle herself and almost get back in this third set. Needs to reset. Can definitely see Donna's come out with more energy to start off this third set. Perhaps looked at herself in the mirror, splash of water in the face and said, okay, 2 weeks ago, if you'd asked myself one set for the Wimbledon final, she'd take it every day of the week.
And she talked about all those stoppages with Badosa that eventually went to 3 sets. Donna winning that 6-4 in the third, and she said before the last one, she said, you gotta go for it.
Jasmine Paolini is challenging the call. On the right near sideline, the ball was called out.
Well, never has she needed Hawkeye's help more than she needs it now.
(30-40), Jasmine Paolini has 2 challenges remaining.
Lose this next point, and she is 2 breaks down.
Juice.
Finest of margins there from Vekic. Just missing long on that return once again. So aggressive, aiming for that baseline.
There set herself 2
Advantage,
unreturned
Paolini.
serves in a row for one of the better returners in the game.
Crunched away, and she fair sprints back to her chair.
Vekic leads 2 games to 1, final set.
Hi. Yeah, so it should be good now. So you just catch up on points, it should be good. Cool, thank you.
Well, it's an absolutely compelling first women's semi-final out here on centre court. A reminder that we've still got Barbora Krejcikova and Elena Rybakina to come after this, but they are waiting and perhaps watching. They'll have half an eye on this in the locker room, I'm sure. But this is good, very good. And we kind of think Vekic now, do we, with the break, or are we not so sure?
I think she's obviously been so dominant on her own serve, being able to almost sneak that break in the first game of the third set against the flow. Perhaps will free her up even more on her first serve. But for Donna Vekic now, it's now or never. She's got the break, she's got the lead and the opportunity here to continue to play aggressive tennis and play her way into a Wimbledon final. Another brilliant start to a service game. So often
15 love.
has Vekic been able to win that first point in her service games, and it just gets the momentum going. Just gets you ahead of the game right from the get-go. Clear, concise pattern from Vekic. The execution,
30 love.
second to none.
And Donna's over 50% when she sends the ball out wide in the deuce. At 52% coming into this match where her serve is unreturned. She's just sitting so close to that sideline. Oh.
Serving first shot, dominating.
40 love.
Such a difference between first and second serve. Donna first serve, she gets that opportunity to step inside the court and really hurt Paolini. Makes a difference.
Game, Vekic.
Well, that's about as straightforward a game as we can remember for a long, long time. Welcome one for Vekic.
Vekic leads 3 games
Pretty
to
nice
1.
to have in
Final
a
set.
third set of a semi, to have a love service hold. She's almost at 50% unreturned serves.
Up.
Each moment that passes now, we get closer and closer to what is a dream of making a Wimbledon final. It's which player can continue to play with freedom, continue to execute and stay calm when we reach the biggest moments.
13
Oh, I like that serve. Just a little slider. Had some swing and slice away.
Well, thinking of that dream, might it be the girl who grew up watching Wimbledon finals back home on TV, back in Tuscany? Might this still be Jasmine Paolini's year? Donna Vekic is doing all she can to make sure it's Donna Vekic's year.
30-15.
And her mum and dad are living every single shot with her.
But both coaching boxes so classy. Just nice clapping.
All.
You need to bring the energy here. That point, she looked a little resigned, doesn't know what else to try.
Wait, please.
Well, Donna Vekic went to her towel box. Paolini's now making sure she takes her time.
Great ball striking from Paolini, sensing that shorter off-pace ball from Vekic.
40-30.
Vekic went to the towel box. It was stretching her forearm.
Last few points, Donna's just taking her right hand off the racket quite quickly after the point has finished, and definitely stretching out that forearm. Looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's giving it a little shake now as well as she regrips.
Doesn't stop her hitting. Quality backhand returns. Wow.
Juice.
It's nice on the backhand to have that left hand to help.
Take over.
Advantage, Paolini.
skimmed over the net.
And so low behind and body in behind it.
Vekic leads 3-2, final sets.
Goodness me. So many wonderful rallies in this semi-final.
That first volley from Paolini picks it up off her shoelaces, and this one covers the line, tucked in. So look how low she is to the ground there. She knows how big this moment could be, getting out of that service game.
What's the technique behind hitting that shot so low, the volley below the net, that you've really got to put on a sixpence?
I think Ash should answer this question, but she just pointed to me. But she just getting down low and getting that balance, racket head out in front. The ball from Vekic was so powerful. Paolini just steadied her racket at impact and kept her balance.
And are your wrists firm? Which bit of the arm is firm? Do you need some flexibility? Where are you?
Absolutely, it's a rock solid. You're trying to be as controlled as possible. Short backswing, all the pace is there for you. You don't need to take a backswing at all, and it's just making sure that your eyes and your head are as close to that ball as possible. If it's down low, you are down so low to the grass court, and you could see how closely Paolini was tucked in behind that volley. It gives you so much control, so stable behind the ball.
So how's Donna Vekic feeling? How's that right forearm? It's going to be tested here. Serving with a break. 3-2, deciding set.
Again, another brilliant start to a service game.
15
Sure
love.
helps to start out 15 love. It just takes a little pressure off to be in the lead, especially as you get late stages, third set.
Paolini's so positive.
15-all.
She's trying to raise her energy levels once again. She did in the start of the second set. She's recognised that the closer this gets, the harder it might be to finish off.
Fifteen, 13.
I think
Well, it was the break of serve right at the end of the second set that got Jasmine Paolini back into this semi-final. Just beginning to wander here. And all of a sudden, all is not well in
14.
Donna's world. I think she's having a bit of a chunter with her box.
Yeah, she's telling them to stop talking, and this actually happened in another match here. I think it was against Sun in the quarters. That's why they've been so buttoned up today. Vekic camp not moving. If you're Paolini and you see Vekic really starting to feel the
13-14.
tension and you get a second serve, you've got to make her play. The first serve. Big first serve,
Thank
Matthew,
you.
right behind the corner.
2 hours into this semi-final. Still break point, Jasmine Paolini. She's leaving away back into it. And we're all square again. And the parentals are on their feet. 3-3 deciding set in a Wimbledon semi-final.
3 games all, final sets.
Biggest difference for me at this point is the body language, end to end. Paolini, you wouldn't have known 10 minutes ago she was down a break of serve and scrapping to get through a service game. She remains so positive.
So important for
12,
Donna
15.
Vekic to be able to reset here, because that was a game, looked like she felt the moment. Up the break, threw in a double fault, just backed off.
Good. Wow. Acceleration right through the ball. Forehand cross-court passing shot. Doesn't get much better.
15 all.
So much racket head speed.
Thank you.
Confident.
Fifteen, 13.
Bounce just checking up off the line there. Such small margins in this sport, in this match. Just another little opportunity for Vekic here to steady the ship down her end once again.
Paolini didn't do enough with that approach and gave Vekic an opportunity to go for the pass, and Vekic loves the target.
This has been a game full of courage from Donna Vekic. Just as we wondered where she might be going, we're finding out. 2 break points to re-establish her advantage in this decider. Second serve, 66 miles an hour. Dispatched by the Croatian, who is within 2 games of a Wimbledon final.
Final set.
Winning is so hard. It is so hard to get across the line. And I think we've just seen from both women now in their last service games, just a little bit of tension.
We've had a speed gun on Donna Vekic's forehand all match, the average topspin speed. And we've been watching it slowly fall.
You can just see here, previous game, stretching out her forearm, shaking out her arm, and now she's trying to get some ice on that region, and we can see the speeds here. So definitely decreasing as this match has worn on. I wonder if that's fatigue, is it tension, is it stress? I'm not quite sure, but she definitely looks a little bit uncomfortable on that right forearm.
Time.
So much more time on court with 4 3-setters compared to just 1 for Paolini.
Actually see just a little bit of taping on that right forearm under her long sleeve there as well. Pam up in the box, urging her on.
2 more big service games, and she's a Wimbledon finalist all of her life, leading to what, the next 10 minutes. And now we ask questions about Jasmine Paolini's resolve. What can she do? New balls. 3rd set, 4-3 Vekic.
Gonna change her
Oh,
racket.
hang on, yeah, she's been undone by the new balls, so fresh racket. Make sure that that string tension is absolutely right.
Vekic
15
unfazed
love.
by receiving power. Actually seems to thrive on it.
You can just see the difference there, how much more positive Donna has been, being able to win that first point on her service games.
Sarah Irani, the doubles
15.
partner of Jasmine Paolini. They got to the finals of Roland Garros this year.
Fifteen 13.
Just see the tape, the support underneath the right sleeve of Vekic's arm. There's no question that she's playing with some discomfort here now.
Donna Vekic is challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball was called out. (15-40). Donna Vekic has 2 challenges remaining.
Well, I think we can almost see it. She is coaxing her body, pleading with her body to get her through the next 10-15 minutes, if it can. But Paolini has 2 breakback points and a second serve to look at.
Paolini.
We say it all the time, but whoever invented the tennis scoring system was an
4 games
absolute
all,
genius.
Final set.
So true. Not a sport that you can run the clock out. And if you're Paolini and you see Vekic stretching and leaning over, that gives you more hope. Although she did look fatigued in the last match against Sun, and somehow she came through with flying colors.
Level again, 3rd set.
I think we start to see the fatigue
15 love.
from Donna, having 4 3-set matches to get to this point. 2 hours, over 2 hours into this semi-final. You can just see her struggling. Paolini starting to spread the court so beautifully, so assertive. She can sense the moment now.
30 love.
Vekic's shots there has lost a little sizzle. Before that point, saw Vekic put her hand on her inner left thigh. Maybe she's feeling that.
40 love.
Paolini's been so impressive this game. And the fundamentals well, so positive. Really making Vekic work and move, test that body.
And Paolini.
To love. Jasmine Paolini.
Paolini leads
roller
by a game
coaster
2-4
ride.
final set.
And her mum can barely contain herself, but the most contained woman on this court right now is the Italian, who is now a game away from a Wimbledon final.
Such incredible composure. Someone who's never been in this position on this court. You can see Donna devastated at the moment.
And remember, it was Jasmine Paolini who was playing against Madison Keys in the 4th round. And Madison Keys was up 5-2 in the 3rd set. And at 5-3, Madison hurt her
Hamstring, I believe.
hamstring. That's right, it was a hamstring. And when they got to 5-all in the 3rd, Madison Keys, who was up 5-2, had to retire.
Time.
He doesn't seem to get tired.
And now the moment is so close. It's right there. The challenge for Paolini is to continue to be aggressive, assertive, positive and free. You see a little smile. She's excited. There's no place in the world she'd rather be right now than
Thank
here
you,
on
ladies
centre
and
court.
gentlemen. Thank you.
Donna Vekic serving to stay in this year's semi-final.
Love 15.
Vekic here, you're looking for that first strike. Quick points. Paolini to move Vekic.
She's summoning all the mental resolve she has right now, Donna Vekic. Clearly in pain, clearly suffering.
Murdered. $15-all.
Such good awareness from Vekic there. Noticing that Paolini had just dropped a bit too far behind the baseline. Perhaps trying to extend those rallies, and Vekic saw the opening in the forecourt. Lovely played, beautifully played drop shot.
30-15. All.
Well, this might be a moment that she will rerun and rerun and rerun for the rest of her life.
Yes.
Paolini just getting a bit safe on that return. You can completely understand. She's been so aggressive throughout the match. Can she keep doing that right now?
That is courage from Vekic.
Advantage Vekic.
Fast enough, 88 miles an hour, but the placement as well. Bit of fortune, but hats off to Donna Vekic.
Definitely. For her back to be against the wall and 2 times in the ad side, serves 111 to the tee. She had to come up with those big serves, and she did. And we've seen this throughout the championships where Vekic gets so emotional on court.
Ball striking from both women. That's the kind of point that Vekic
Love 15.
loves to work her way into. There was no variation. Paolini really going hard and fast, and Vekic absolutely loving that pace coming on.
Down the middle. Got to try to move Vekic.
And in the middle of all this, Donna Vekic, watched by mum and dad, just trying to keep a lid on all the emotion. It's all bubbling up right now, we should understand.
She seems to be able to do that, where she lets the emotion out and then resets.
15-13. All.
So much tension down both ends.
Another zinger. And that forehand is up 6 miles an hour just in the last couple of games.
Just the
13-14.
courage to step inside the court and be brave, take it on.
She knows she needs to have short points, taking some risk.
It felt like she threw her whole life into that shot.
The response from Paolini not just felt on the tennis ball, emotionally, just trying to squeeze every single ounce of energy she can out of herself.
Vekic on the stretch.
Advantage, Paolini.
And now it's Paolini with the 90-mile-an-hour forehand. And game point.
Juice.
Every moment means so much. Both women taking their time between each point, trying to find some clarity, some composure.
Advantage, Paolini.
Unbelievable touch. Very difficult from high above your shoulder.
Fault, juice. Jasmine Paolini is challenging the call. On the right near sideline, the ball was called out. Juice. Jasmine Paolini has one challenge remaining.
Double fault for Paolini in the match.
Advantage Paolini.
Difficult conundrum there. Doesn't want a double fault, so it just slows that down and it's dismissed.
Advantage Vekic.
What a point from Vekic. The ability to spread the court off the return, get off the backhand side and come in, knock off the volley. Great stuff.
Juice.
She saved 10 of 14 break points now, but that was the most important.
Yes, about 10 minutes after saving a match point, she had that moment to move ahead again, but still the emotion.
Donna
Almost bound to
Vekic
check
is
that,
challenging
which
the
she does.
call. On the left baseline, the ball was called out.
She has 2 challenges left. -1.
Advantage Paolini. Donna Vekic has 1 challenge remaining. Jasmine Paolini is challenging the call. On the left far sideline, the ball was called in.
So apparently the linesperson did call it out. Or called it in, excuse me. She challenged and it's out.
Yeah. And it was out by 3 millimeters. And the smile on Paolini's face, contrasting with Donna Vekic, who is in tears,
Paolini leads
walking back to her chair. And really, whatever happens between here and the umpire Robert Barmforth saying game, set and match, this has already been, is one of the great women's Wimbledon semi-finals. It's moving up level by level as it goes on.
Both women have found a way to lift their level in the biggest moments when it matters the most, and that's what makes it so pure to watch. Both want it so badly to have an opportunity to win this title, to play out here on Saturday afternoon. It just means so much to both players, and when you see 2 athletes put absolutely everything and leave everything out on the court, you can only sit back and applaud and enjoy watching it.
To me, it's just so dramatic and so compelling because of their backstories. Both 28, but for Paolini just coming into her own basically in the last 12 months and the opportunity to make a Wimbledon final. The emotions are just too much for Vekic right now. She composed herself last time, last service game.
I thought your word, Ash, was the perfect word, pure. There is a beautiful purity, a beautiful rawness about all this right now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And at the end of it, one of the biggest prizes in tennis, a place in the final back here on Saturday. Vekic serving to stay in it again, 5-6.
Love 15.
Her go-to shot, inside out forehand.
15 all.
Paolini leaving so much court open there. She's dropped back a long way to return these serves. I'm going to try and get into the point, but needs more depth.
Good, 15.
Seventh ace.
Well, Jorge tell us that that serve was out.
It's your. Let's for serve.
Quarter of an hour after the last one came and went.
14.
Jasmine Paolini has a point between herself and the Wimbledon final. This match, these two players.
So much credit. They are leaving it out there.
Juice.
Hardly dig any deeper.
It's relentless.
Advantage Vekic. Donna Vekic is challenging the call. On the right, far sideline, the ball was called out.
Last challenge that Vekic has. Oh.
Juice. Donna Vekic has no challenges remaining.
It's out by a centimetre.
She deserves a hand. So brave back against the wall. The crowd is holding their breath.
Advantage Vekic. And
this first semi-final is going as far as it possibly can.
6 games all, final sets. Ladies and gentlemen, a tiebreak to 10 points will now be played to decide the match. Each player has received 1 additional challenge.
Of semi-finals almost deserves to be decided on a tiebreak. First to 10, Tracy.
They changed the rule. We had Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic. It was just to 7. A little more wiggle room to 10.
Thank you.
So hard to get
play.
across the line, isn't it?
Been on court for 2 hours and 38 minutes.
So important for Paolini to have a little short-term amnesia here.
Paolini.
Had those 2 match points.
Just wonder where the heart rates are right now.
I
keep thinking that Vekic has almost nothing left, but that's between the points. Once the point starts, doesn't seem to be any issue.
Vekic.
Well, it's already been the year of her life so far for Jasmine Paolini, year that has propelled her into the top 10 of the singles, top 10 of the doubles with Sara Errani, a Roland Garros final, this close to a Wimbledon final.
Vekic.
First cracks are Italian cracks, a little mini break.
Donna Vekic 2 and 6 in tie breaks this year. Paolini 5 and 2.
3-2 Vekic.
Sarah Irani, who shared one of those Roland Garros finals with her last month in the doubles. What a reassuring figure, what a reassuring face that must be to have up in your box when Paolini looks up.
Former top 5 in singles.
Mini break.
Real.
Such a delicate balance of trying to be aggressive and assertive without pushing the envelope too far. Now the margins are so small.
And this is time, it's so important if you can. This is what you've been training for physically, but also mentally, to just think point by point, not think about that Wimbledon final possibility.
Four, 3 Vekic.
Paolini's just been dropping behind the baseline a little bit too deep. Has opened up the opportunity for Vekic to get inside the court and be assertive.
The start of the point for each so different. Paolini just doesn't have that big serve to get ahead. He's always feeling under pressure.
Five, 4. Donna Vekic is challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball was called in.
Both players receive an additional challenge in the tiebreak. So Vekic using this one again.
Out of challenges.
5-4 Paolini.
Paolini has 2
Donna
left. So
Vekic
Vekic,
has no challenges remaining.
hoping these lines people are correct.
These are the finest margins, and these are the best lines people now at the tournament. They've earned their place on centre court, and they're getting it right within 5 millimetres.
Five all. Six, 5, Vekic.
3 points are so few and far between for Vekic. That just breathes oxygen into her lungs. Getting that free point ahead in the count again.
Reminder, first to 10, 2 clear points.
Six all.
Just again to put into some kind of context as to where Donna Vekic is today, her first ever Grand Slam semi-final, but not just that. In the 43 Grand Slams she's now played in, she's lost in the first round 20 times. That's kind of her Grand Slam history. And here she is, as close as we can all see to playing in a Wimbledon final. And at the other end, Jasmine Paolini. Paolini wins the point off a serve that was 69 miles an hour.
7-6.
Sometimes
Paolini.
those are the most difficult because you have to create all the pace.
Extraordinary from Donna Vekic.
7-all.
This semi-final is about to become the longest in women's singles in Wimbledon history.
Just incredible serving from Vekic. Fearless tennis, this tiebreak, and a 92-mile-an-hour winner.
Eight all.
Cannot get any closer. The semi-final.
Once again, match point in what is the longest ever women's singles semi-final at Wimbledon. It's just moved a minute beyond the previous record.
Paolini.
Demencheva and Serena Williams in 2009. 2 hours and 49, this 2 hours and 50.
And that was the fastest serve of the day from Paolini, 108.
Match point for the final.
Set a match, Paolini. 2 sets for 1, 2-6, 6-4, 7-6.
A solid gold, pinch me moment. for Jasmine Paolini. At the age of 28, a first ever Wimbledon final.